everybody. If somebody could do me a favor, let me know that we are actually on the air and streaming. That would be much appreciated. It looks like we have some video. I think we're up and running. Let me close out of this. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you see me. I know. I'm trying to figure out a way for us to get these kinds of shirts out to you guys. We do have new merch coming. I just had a very long call with people yesterday. Sent out a big email today so we can get new merch. It's going to be super kick-ass. It's been taking forever. But I think that we have a really cool setup. I think for this month, I think it's going to drop like within the next month. And there will be like some sweet Overland Park dad hats. What else? Some really cool designs that I was working on, and possibly like we're looking at new phone cases, maybe pillows, maybe socks, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm trying to see if I can get a good chat going here. That isn't just because I have like they give me like two screens. And one is YouTube, and one is Google Hangouts. So this is like our new the new way we're kind of doing live streams. We're going to try to do live streams better, try to do them more often, and really give you guys a great setup for live streaming. We haven't been able to do it as much as we can because it's way more complicated than YouTube makes it out to be for whatever reason. So to start, I guess the best way that we can talk about this is the focus group. This is for Tier 3 patrons and above, which means that you guys get to tell us what you would like to see on Most Popular Girls, both in terms of the Patreon, in terms of the YouTube channel itself, in terms of all things Most Popular Girls. We look at this as like you are our investors, and you are a part of this just the same way that we are. And hold on one sec, I want to see all the messages that are coming in. So you are as much a part of this as we are, and so we want to make sure that we're giving you the best experience possible. If at any time there are any issues with the live stream, you guys let me know, and I will do my best to resolve it. It's just going to be me on a live stream today. Mark is actually in Idaho visiting family, I think. He just got back from France, was here for a couple of days, and then had to jet off to Idaho to go hang out with family. So it's just me in here today, but I will answer all of your questions, tell you all about what's going on, and just kind of have a nice chat. Like I said, we want to make this thing a lot more regular than it has been. You know, it's been a slow ramp up with everything on the Patreon, but I feel like things are going to start coming together here. We're going to be able to do more live streams, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I can't be naked right now. That's one of the rules of YouTube. Zero nudity, unless you're thin and there's like a black bar across your dick. So there's a few different topics that I want to hit in terms of the actual focus group. And on top of the focus group stuff, I am more than happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. Okay, cool. So here's our first question from Donut. I'd love to see more Shay-centric storylines, like maybe a romance or something. I want some more information on who she is. Like, I feel like most of the characters have pretty good depth besides Shay and Cameron too. But personally, I'm more interested in Shay. I feel like Shay is I really like this story that we told with Shay in the last season, you know, of her kind of finally getting some amount of revenge. And I completely agree that Shay could use some more depth and that we could dive deeper into what makes her tick. Like, I'm a big fan just in terms of my writing. I really enjoy finding the differences in Shay and Mackenzie, you know, because when those characters first came about, they weren't that different. You You know, they're two popular girls at a high school. Like, we all know that stereotype. And I just love the different ways in which they have the Wi-Fi password is Havoc12345. But I love the different ways that Shay and Mackenzie have kind of diverged, and that we've been able to develop the relationship between the two of them. That's one of my favorite things, is figuring out that Shay and Mackenzie are basically just an old married couple, and that's the way they argue, that's the way they fight. So I definitely would, in the coming season, we are definitely going to want to get some more of Shay, and you're going to get a ton of development with Shay in the first season of Keeping Up with the Van Burens. That obviously is going to be all focused on Shay and the sisters and Jaina. And that's going to be largely told from Shay's perspective. If MPGIS is told from the Cheer Squad's perspective, Keeping Up with the Van Burens is told from the perspective of the Van Burens. So I think if you want some more depth with Shay, you're definitely going to be getting it. To answer your question, what's premiering first? The idea is that we would like to premiere Keeping Up with the Van Burens first. Now, that being said, animated videos cost a lot of money. That's why things take so long, is whether it's Keeping Up with the Van Burens season 6 or Models, it costs a lot to get even one episode of that on the air. You know, for that, for the remastered episode, I mean, that was it. Just to pay for that was more than a month of Patreon, or like an entire month of Patreon didn't even pay for the entire remastered video. Obviously, we make barely anything on YouTube anymore, so we're trying to figure out every way that we can to get some funding in here so that we can make all of the animated videos that we want to make for you guys. If it was up to us, we'd start shooting Keeping Up with the Van Burens yesterday. So that's kind of where all of that is. I'm going to say, let's see here. For the next 5 minutes, whatever questions you got, shoot them at me, and then we'll dig into some more specific questions that I have for all of you. But I'm sure that all of you came in here with specific questions that you might have for me, you might have about the show and the channel in general. So let's get those out of the way first, and then I'll dig into the questions that I have for all of you. If you hire me, I will do bake sales outside the YouTube space to raise money. Done. That sounds like a plan. But I feel like if we hire you to do bake sales outside the YouTube space, first thing that we have to figure out is, are we going to make our money back that we're paying you? Because we always make sure that we pay everybody a fair wage here at Extra Credit. It's a big thing for me and Mark. Everybody gets paid. Let me just frame myself up a little bit better. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. So let me see. I got a little bit lost in the chat here. Can't wait for you about the Van Burens. Will we ever see the pair of shorts like how Lunch Lady Belinda and Jock got together? Those probably are not going to happen, just because I feel like it's like more interesting to see Keeping Up with the Van Burens. I feel like if I was to put stuff in a hierarchy, I feel like I would rather make, and people would rather see Keeping Up with the Van Burens and season 6 and Models than going back to the shorts, if that answers your question. That was something that we were planning to do for the app, and I think as the time has gone by, I think that we've just found more different ideas that we're more into, and that I think we can tell a better story. But here's the interesting thing. Keeping Up with the Van Burens is actually going to be set in the summer before they go to Paris. So Keeping Up with the Van Burens is set directly before everyone leaves for Paris. As in, we've written the first episode, we haven't written the season, but the season may end up, like, it may end with the girls leaving for Paris. So it's a little bit of fun of, like, we get to play with time and continuity and stuff like that. So Keeping Up with the Van Burens is set last summer, basically. Let me make sure that I get everyone's questions here. Cameron, Shane, Michaela are half sisters or full. Season 157. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they all have different dads. I think that that's somewhere that we landed on. I mean, for all we know, at the beginning of season 1, Michaela's dad maybe was still in the picture. Who knows? But yeah, all the Van Buurens have different dads, and none of them are in their lives, clearly. But I think they were very rich. Will the girls ever go to college? Hopefully, at some point. But that's something that's going to happen if and when we run out of stories to tell in high school. I think that that's the guiding light there. Is we want to tell all the stories. We still have tons and tons of stories to tell in high school. And when we hit a point where we feel like the girls are ready to go to college, we'll take them there, but not before then. Download pack for the upcoming month. That is a great question. Download pack for this month. I am working on them as we speak. Well, not as we speak. As we speak, we're talking. But I've been working on them for the last few weeks. It is a special pack of 3D social media profile pictures. So what I've done is I've gone in, and you're going to get a pack of profile pictures that are the perfect dimensions for each social media platform. So they're gonna have different pictures of the characters that you can just drag and drop right into your social media profile, and you have this super cool picture of Mackenzie and super cool picture of Trisha, and they're designed in such a way that they actually look 3D, so they pop out of the circle, out of the profile picture. So I think that is something that'll be really cool, and that a lot of people have been asking about for a while. So the download pack for August is going to be social media profile pictures. And download packs are something that we are going to talk about all throughout today. So let's see here. Download pack. I hope Trisha 2 comes back and on camera to turn her into a Coke addict. Trisha 2, will always be a part of the show. If and when models ends up happening, that obviously Trisha 2 and Cameron are the main characters of that series. So they will be the focus. But Trisha 2, you don't have to worry about her going anywhere. Haley's one of our favorite actors in the whole entire world. I just had lunch with her the other day, and we will always find a place for both Haley and Trisha 2. We just felt like it would be an interesting spin-off, putting two opposite characters like Cameron and Trisha together. That's so moist. I assume you're talking about the download pack, so I'm glad you like it. I think it's going to be really cool having profile pictures. I was testing them out and showing them to my girlfriend yesterday, and she very much approved. So I think they're going to be really cool. I'm rather curious where the show can go for season 6, as all the rivals in the show have been defeated and or killed, besides that one cheerleader Trisha mentioned in episode 1 we haven't seen. Well, I don't think all the rivals have necessarily been defeated and or killed forever. I'll just say that. I mean, Tanya Berkowitz is always sticking around there. She's always lingering around. And also, Shea Van Buren is always a forever rival of the Cheer Squad. And there's always the possibility of creating new rivals, new opponents, just like we did in Season 5. There's always new characters to pop up that can try to take down the Cheer Squad. And there's always new stories that we can tell with these characters. The point of Season 6 will be what happens when you finally hit senior year. This is the moment that everyone's been waiting for their whole lives, is your senior year of high school. And now it's here. And so what do you do at that moment? Guys, my mom just texted me and said, can you talk? I'm going to tell her, no, I'm talking to the fans. I love you guys. So hold on one sec. Everyone say hi to my mom. No, I'm talking to the fans on a live stream. They say hi. All right. Is the Saison green card voting still consideration? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. There's a whole bunch of different stories. And, you know, a lot of the stories that we were thinking about for the TV show are going to get folded into season 6, possibly. A lot of the stories that we just had kicking around for a while that we want to tell on a bigger platform, we'll be able to tell them in season 6. Wouldn't mind seeing the return of Tanya Berkowitz. Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for a fan profile pics will be part of this download pack. Fan popping out of his little circle to come at you. I don't check Lady. Do you guys still check ladytatertot@gmail.com? We don't. That thing got so destroyed by spam. Just basically what happened with that email address was people signed Belinda up. They signed her up for really gross things like diapermates.com, which I think is like a dating site for adults who like to wear diapers, which, you know, do what makes you happy, but also that's gross. My mom said, "Call me when you are free." So sorry, guys. She didn't say bye. She didn't say hi back to you. That sucks. That's really messed up. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Lady Tater Tot. So people signed Belinda up for all kinds of gross things. And also people use that as like their dumping ground where they, like, if you sign up for a free trial of Netflix or whatever, they would just use that email so they could get another free trial. So that email address just got fucking destroyed by spam. So there was no point in checking it anymore because we couldn't filter through all of the spam. So you can still email it. I mean, the email will go through, that thing's still up, but I haven't checked it in years. Let's see here. Also, will Shay ever get her revenge for Trisha exposing her at the end of season 4? I really want that to be explored and explained further. Quite possibly. I mean, Shay definitely got a measure of revenge on the Trishas by forcing them to shit in a toilet together. So, you know, to quote Trisha 2, my butt, my butt. Donut, you bring up a good point. More Saison and Blaine. They're probably the most healthy relationship in the show at this point. Are they, though? Because we now know Saison's been lying to Blaine this whole time. She's been telling him that she's French. So, you know, I don't know if it's that. And I also don't think that Saison and Blaine have the healthiest relationship when compared to Trisha and to Matthew. All right. Hi, Mom. Tell her we love her. All right. As Shay mentioned, she would get her revenge on both Trishas, but that was never mentioned in season 5. Well, yeah, it was mentioned in season 5 because Shay was more concerned with getting her revenge on everybody. Are you okay with fan tribute pages? Do you like them or mad about copyright infringement? Hell yeah, we like fan tribute pages. Like, the more stuff that you guys make about Most Popular Girls, the better. We are so cool with that. We think that that's awesome, and there's never any issue with like copyright infringement or anything like that. We're all just celebrating the thing that we like to make and that you guys like to watch. Like, we're all on board with that. How can fans email you? No diaper stuff, just adoration. That's very sweet, Supernova. You can always message us through the easiest way to get a hold of us and to connect with us is social media, is to just either, you know, send something to us on your preferred social media thing. So, you know, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that's the quickest way. You can also email mpgisbookings@gmail.com. But that's not quite as an immediate of a response as hitting us up on social media. Or also, you guys are all Patreon members. You can always message us through the Patreon app, and that's probably the quickest way to get a hold of us and for us to know what's going on or what you're feeling, what you like, what you don't like. You can always message us through Patreon. So that's the best way to get a hold of us. Do we work with an MCN company? Yes, we do. We work with Studio 71. They are awesome. They're the people that are doing our new merch. They've been super helpful. We've been working with them for about the last 3 months, I think, since June. So the last 2 months. They're awesome. They're one of the biggest in the game. They've been amazing partners with us. We were the King community for a long time, and they dropped us earlier this year, thanks to the adpocalypse. So that was another really, really shitty thing that happened. I don't blame them at all. We totally understand that, and because they're going in a different direction. When we signed with them, they were much more interested in scripted, and that's much more where Studio 71 lands. But we were with Ken for about 5 or 6 years, and they were awesome partners. We really loved working with them. So yeah, so we know all about MCN companies. So yeah, King community now is largely like DIY cooking and craft. When we signed with them, it was more specifically focused on women's interests, like general women's interests. So we fell in really well with that because they were interested in comedy networks. So that kind of was how we got connected with them. And they have an awesome team. You know, like I said, we worked with them for years, and there's no ill will, no bad feelings there. They were awesome partners, and I hope good things happen to them. So I have some questions. If we're through, do I stand Nicki Minaj? Yeah, she's cool. I'm very much in the mindset of like, if a particular type of music makes you happy and you enjoy it, cool. I'm more of a Ryan Adams guy myself, but you know, except for Jet. Fuck the band Jet. If anybody likes the band Jet, you're wrong, and rethink your life decisions. All right, so next, let's talk about, and I have no opinion about Gossip Girl and Glee. They're both fine and not as good as the OC. That's what I'll say. So I have questions for you guys. That's part of what the focus group is. Because you're bringing in investment into us, I want to know what you like. I know what you want to see more. I want to know what you want to see more of, all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about the Patreon. Tell me let's start with the download packs. You guys are all at the minimum $10 donors. What has been your favorite download pack that you've gotten so far? As a reminder, we had the first download pack was all of the wallpapers, the desktop wallpapers, the mobile wallpapers. We also had the GIF pack with all of the reaction GIFs, and then the affirmations, the MP3 affirmations. So 3 very different things. I want to know what your favorites were, what you still use, and while we're talking about that, what are some other things that you'd like to see? I'll tell you one of the. It's your alarm every morning. That's amazing. So one of the other things that I'm working on that might be cool, and tell me if you guys think this is cool or not, is I'm trying to figure out how we can create some MPGIS coloring pages where we take the iconic scenes from Most Popular Girls, turn them into printable coloring pages. That's something that we've been talking about. While you guys tell me what kind of download packs you'd like to see, I'm just going to go right here, grab my notebook, and run through some ideas for you, and I will be right back. Handy dandy notebook. All right. So let's see here. There's my list of download pack ideas. I should have done this beforehand. I promise I'll be more prepared for our next affirmations. All right, so here's some ideas we got. The ringtones. I love Garrett. Ringtones. Awesome idea. It's something that we've been talking about for a while. Wallpapers with different poses from the characters, please. That's totally doable. Holiday pack. Kippy, tell me about this holiday pack. What would be in a holiday pack? Donut, I think this is really helpful and insightful. So Donut says, I'm sure you can all read it on there, but Donut says, I think they're cool, but they're not really what I'm subscribed on Patreon for. I prefer more time spent on things like focus groups and user contributions, but that's me personally. That's awesome to know, because obviously everything that we work on takes time. You know, anything that's graphic-wise, I'm going to bear the brunt of doing. Anything that's editing-wise, Mark's going to do a lot of that. But yeah, so that's really good to know. Like if you guys say spend more time focusing on live streams and stuff than on download packs, that's good to know. I do like having something physical, but I also enjoy the private chat with Bill. The chats are neat, something special. Cool. We are going to try to do more live streams more often with more of the cast. It seems like that's something that everybody really responds to. Maybe like access to old first drafts of the scripts. Wouldn't have to be the entire thing, maybe just noteworthy bits. That's a really cool idea. I really like that. And we're also talking about on tier 5, I guess, which is the merch tier, actually sending you guys some signed scripts, maybe in like a cool notebook or something like that. I think ringtones would be a good idea. Like Brittany, hey, I know you can hear this, answer the phone, pick up the phone, pick up your phone. That's cool. The main thing I want is to hang out with you and Mark and the rest. Awesome. That's really good to know because, you know, obviously we've been spending a lot of time, trying to get live streams up and working. For whatever reason, like YouTube doesn't have a great system, especially when you're trying to do private live streams like these. But I think that we've got the idea. One thing that I would love to know is how's the sound and everything been on this live stream? The sound, the picture, all of that. Like Deandra's Thanksgiving or Van Buren Christmas. Gotcha. Cool. Thank you, Kippy. I love the idea of access to old scripts. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I mean, maybe the download pack for 1 month should just be like you get access to all the old scripts or something like that. I also miss extra credits. Phoebe, have you seen the last 2 extra credits with the Trishas and Belinda? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm literally just running this through the webcam on the computer. So when Mark comes back, he has a whole system where we're going to make it look like all crisp and clean and all that. I thought so, Phoebe. I just wanted to make sure. All right. And also, this is just a very sweet message from Supernova. I think they're cool, but I'm mainly supporting just because I love your guys' work. The added stuff is a great bonus. That's very sweet. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. All right, let me go through some of these ideas that I have. We had the pack of reaction gifts. Here, look, it's on my list. Download of all the shooting scripts from Season 5. Headers and profile photos, that's what's coming this month. Videos of the podcast is something that you guys are already getting. Who here's been, have any of you been taking advantage of the videos of the podcast that we've been putting out? I'd love to know that. And then I'll keep rolling through this list. Access to the characters' private Spotify playlists or their YouTube playlists of like, here's all the music that Brittany listens to. Here's all the music that Dan listens to, which, by the way, is gross. It's going to be a lot of gross songs. And also, like, access to Brittany's favorite videos and stuff like that. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? What about access to private YouTube videos? For example, they'd be like highlight videos. So Brittany's beatdowns and bitch outs. Deandra's most epic orders. The Van Burens at their worst, the best of all the families, things like that, where we're doing basically compilations that are just for patrons. Is that something you'd be interested in, or would you not? I would love to know. Podcasts with the cast. So these would be like exclusive podcasts just for patrons, where like I would sit down with Garrett for an hour and talk to him about about his life, about how he got started with Most Popular Girls, about how, you know, what goes into his process for his character, and also about things like he has I don't know if you guys know this, but Garrett has a comedy festival. Different things that people are working on, and talking to them, and just like having just being able to talk one-on-one with the cast. So that's something you'd be interested in. Let's see here. I got MP3 alarms and voicemails and ringtones. And if we're able to dig them up, would you guys be interested in seeing some of the animatics that Mark drew up from season 5? So those are all ideas for the download pack. What else, if anything, would you guys like to see in the in the download packs? Let me go through some of these comments here real quick. I think that'd be a good idea, as I love the idea of seeing more behind-the-scenes stuff. Cool. Seems like a lot of you guys like the playlist idea. I want to see the evolution of Justin's music taste during his hipster phase. That's a really good idea. You know, we could have like a Justin Season 3 playlist. Would your one-on-one chats with the cast be interactive? I think with the cast, probably what we would do with those like exclusive podcasts is we would take questions from you guys ahead of time, and then we would just record it kind of wherever and whenever and post it. I think that'd be easier for you. Maybe releasing some of the original music we made for the show. We actually didn't make any original music for the show. All of the music for the show is off of the YouTube music library for the first 4 seasons, and then season 5 is from a company called Artlist that licenses music for use in videos. Would love to see the characters reading famous scripts like the scene from Star Wars, or more modern stuff like anime or Gossip Girl. Supernova, have you seen the voice actor karaoke's that we've been doing? Because that's exactly what voice actor karaoke is. So Laura, an animatic is the drawings ahead of time, the drawings that we make ahead of time that are basically, here's what the shot is going to be. So it's not quite animated, but it's frame by frame what the particular shot is going to be. And we give those to the animators before they animate the scene, so they know what the hell is going on. Also would love to see more Behind the Dolls, maybe with the option to vote on what episodes we want to see. Phoebe, great suggestion. I love it. And we are actually in the process of recording more Behind the Dolls. We already recorded one at the last YouTube Space shoot. I think we did episode 11. And we did episode 11, and I think it was me and Mark and Aaron Krebs, who plays Cameron, and Delman, who plays Shay and Cezanne. I think we also did one for episode 3. Actually, 3 was the one that we did the most of, and we also did 11. So I think 3 is going to be coming out first, talking all about the Van Burens and that process, because Andrew Delman wasn't originally supposed to play Shay. That's a fun little thing that we find out in Behind the Dolls. And we love those. We love making those. And it makes me really happy that you guys like them, just because I enjoy going deep into the process. And anytime that I get to be on here on live stream with you guys, I think you probably see that. I love talking about what goes into everything. I'm a big dork for anything like that in any kind of industry. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts about the entertainment industry where, you know, people telling their story of how we made this thing. I love like DVD commentaries. I listen to a podcast that's all about, like, they do that with old wrestling angles. Like, I nerd out when we're talking about like the how-tos and stuff and the processes that went into everything and everything that happened behind the scenes. Let me see here. I got kind of behind here. So can you please do voice actor karaoke with Mackenzie, Trisha, Brittany, and maybe Cezanne doing a scene from Mean Girls? Arturo, I will tell you one thing that we've already recorded that will be coming out at some point is a scene from Mean Girls that I did with Kate. It's tough to do a voice actor karaoke with more than 2 people. So we did one with Kate where it's Mean Girls featuring Mackenzie, Ashley Cachadorian, Rachel Tice, Deandra, and Blaine. So basically all of our characters rolled up into one, with Deandra playing Lindsay Lohan and Mackenzie playing Regina George and Ashley and Rachel playing the other plastics. Date night is the episode I show all my friends to hook them in. That's so good to know. That's like a super underrated episode. We could definitely do a Behind the Dolls on date night. And we have a voice actor karaoke coming soon with Tristan, too. The one with Tristan is a really special one because we have Tristan recreating Trisha's speech from episode 11. So it's Tristan who's yelling at Ashley Cachadorian now, telling her that she was supposed to be watching the door. And I think it might be Rachel Tice playing Ashley Cachadorian. I'm not. Oh no, it's probably Blaine playing Ashley. Yeah, it's probably Blaine playing Ashley Cachadorian, if I remember. To be honest, I want to analyze the fuck out of all my favorite characters. So anything that lets us learn more about them is great. That's awesome. Let's see here. Maybe release for a season 2 of commentary with you in the cast. That's a really cool idea. That's something that I hadn't considered. If we can just, do a stream of the, let's say like a stream of season 5 with me and Mark and Lily and Delman and Garrett and whoever doing commentary for that. I think that's a really cool idea. It's going to be something really cool. More Behind the Dolls. I love the commentary idea. Directors. Oh, you guys love the director's commentary. All right, cool. We can definitely do some director's commentary. That's very cool. I'm going to write it down, my special little notebook. Another thing that I'm super nerdy about is fucking Moleskine notebooks. Like I have a work one. I have a personal one. Girlfriend makes fun of me for the number of Moleskine notebooks I have. It's kind of ridiculous. And I keep all of my old ones in my closet because I've been journaling since I was 17. So I've been journaling for literally half my life. I've been journaling for the last 16 years. So I have a closet full of journals. You know what I should do is I should just do a live stream of like Rachel Tice reading my own journals. From like 2002 when I'm apologizing to Jesus for masturbating too much. So I just wrote down director's commentary with 3 exclamation points. Everybody loves the director's commentary idea. All right, so let's talk. So we talked a lot about download packs. I'm curious how many of you in here are or have been Tier 5 donors. How many of you have been getting the merch? And I can, I want to talk a little bit about merch, both for the Tier 5 donors and for the merch store, which is getting, like I was talking about up top, is getting relaunched. So first, for our first merch drop, we had the big poster, which is hanging right here. I'm going to go get it so we can talk about it. All right, so we had our little handy dandy poster. So, boom. Phoebe, you're so sweet. I totally understand that. I know how that is. But just know that we are extremely grateful for whatever you're able to contribute to us. It means the fucking world to us. And we also understand that's a lot of money. And we understand that anybody who's donating and contributing to us is really, really making sacrifices for however much they're donating, and that is incredibly meaningful. We're extremely appreciative of that. I want you to understand that. Julie, I used to teach elementary school. What? And also, thank you for whatever you guys are able to contribute. It's fucking awesome. And you guys are the special, amazing ones. I love you all. So we had the Mark wrote on Phoebe's poster, Dan doesn't have many friends, but he considers you one. Dan and I couldn't be friends because he'd be jealous that I'm much kinkier than him. That's not possible. We all know that there's no one kinkier than Dan. So let's talk merch. So I think everybody really liked the posters that came out. We're working on what we're going to drop for the next round of merch. Talking about possibly, I brought up the idea of signed scripts in a cool notebook. I just got, like I was talking about earlier, I just got off the phone with our merch people at Studio 71. What we're looking at for next month is we're going to change the way that merch works. Instead of having like a store that has like hundreds and hundreds of old shirts, we're going to do limited edition runs of everything that people can purchase, right? So like for a month at a time, there will be 5 items. And then possibly in the Patreon store, there might be like the staples that you can buy anytime, you know, like the Britney Mercenary Cheerleader shirt, the Overland Park jersey, the Cheer Squad shirt, all that kind of stuff. But most of the merch will get released for a limited time. So like we were talking about, they sent me some designs that we have like, if you do merch, maybe release a DVD of seasons 1 to 5 like you did for the Indiegogo a few years, since DVDs are cheap to produce, and maybe make them made to order. We probably won't do DVDs anymore just because they are a huge pain in the ass to produce in terms of burning them and everything. There's a reason why every crowdfunding campaign, they were the last things to go out, because burning them on modern computers are really, really difficult and take a lot of time and require a lot of packaging, basically. Oh, Julie, I'm so glad you got that limited edition tie-dye one. Those were some designs that I was really proud of. Laura, you spy. I want to buy some knives. Oh, that's awesome. Fun fact, by the way, we had an intern last year, Alyssa, who did those hand-drawn designs for us. She's amazing. I may be hiring her again to do some more of those character designs. So, what was I saying? Oh, so maybe DVDs. You guys seem keen on the ideas of DVDs. But yeah, DVDs are pretty hard to produce. So, in terms of merch, for the next month's drop, we're looking at a limited edition tank top, like a white tank top with a rainbow OP logo that the designer sent to me that I think looks really cool. We're going to do a cool design with a, what was her name was Alyssa Lawrence, was the designer of the t-shirts. So what we're looking at for this month, I think we're going to do a t-shirt that has like a little pocket on it, and then one of the characters popping up from the pocket. So one thing that I would love to know from you is, if we were to do a shirt like that, you got a little pocket, a little name on the pocket, which character should be popping up from the pocket? Should it be Deandra, Shay, Brittany, Trisha, Mackenzie? Rachel, perhaps. Just somebody give Rachel a shot. She can really do great with her own merch. But yeah, so something with pockets. All right, everybody seems to really like the idea of DVDs. We'll look into it. So keep shooting me your suggestions for who should be popping up out of the pocket, and I'll tell you about some of the other ideas. We're also going to do, so the idea is we're going to do 2 shirts and a tank. I told you about the tank with the rainbow OP. We're going to do a pocket shirt, and then we're going to do a shirt based on one of the quotes from season 5. So I sent them 5 choice. Laura, there's no picture of Gil Portsmouth. We don't know what he looks like. So the quotes that I sent them that we're going to make a shirt off of, where Deandra's arms would be perfect for coming out of a pocket, especially if you're wearing it and someone doesn't know what MPGIS is. That'd be hilarious. Just Deandra's little arms. These are little girl's arms. That'd be cool. So the quotes, we're going to make a T-shirt off of, oh, Cameron's rant. Cameron's rant. That's a pretty good one. I might have to send that to them too. But the quotes that I sent them were Mackenzie's speech at the end, right, which is the world's full of bitches and assholes. You just got to find the ones that you're standing on. Laura, you're the one that drew that. Yeah, I remember that picture. So Mackenzie's speech, Brittany's speech at the end, Brittany's last big speech where she says, all I want is to be popular, kick ass, and give hand jobs. There's no better place to do that in Overland Park. I was thinking of a design like that where you maybe have those three things with like a checkbox next to it. Then there's no, it looks kind of vintagey. And then the other quote that I gave them was, I am a Tricia. We are proud people, people of beauty, people smarts, people smarts. And then I also said possibly a shirt that just says, Shay Van Buren did nothing wrong, since I think a lot of you out there are big Shay stands. Feel like a lot of you Shay supporters would enjoy something like that. So we're gonna do a shirt based off of one of those quotes. We've heard your pleas, and we are finally gonna release the Most Popular Girls dad hat. It's gonna be an OP logo on a black hat, and then we're gonna release one specialty item. Shay didn't do anything wrong. That's what the shirt's gonna say. It's gonna say that Shay did nothing wrong. Shay Porter, yes! Oh my God, that's genius. All right, so if you're a Shay fan, you're a Shay Porter. Or is it a Shan? You just a Shan. So, and then we're gonna do a specialty item. They're trying to decide between a pillow, a pair of socks, or a phone case. So the pillow would either have and it'd be like a throw pillow. So it would either be the red OP logo, or it would be if you look up in the corner of YouTube on our YouTube channel, our logo that we've been using with the 5 main girls tearing out of the paper. That would be the pillow. The socks, if we did socks, they would be red with the OP logo on it. And if we did phone cases, it would either be that logo that I was talking about with the girls tearing out, or a separate one with just the cheer squad. So tell me if any of those. Let me see if this allows me to bring up any of those images here. Let's see here. I might be able to actually show you the logos that I'm talking about. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Trying to do that literally crashed all of YouTube, and it crashed all of Chrome. So I guess we won't be looking at some of those images right now, which sucks. Just pulling up this video chat here. Trying to get to your comments. Going to stores and then buying things. Possibly I'll make a stop at the food court. Ah, I'm back. All right. Okay, so let me just catch up on these comments I missed. I like the girls over the OP logo on the pillow. It'd be fun if you could do reversible pillow, boys on one side, girls on the other. That'd be cool. Phone cases with a funny quote. More so than the other options thrown out. Laura, I love you too. Thank you. Stream done. I'm back. All right, so those are some of the merch ideas. Yeah, are there any other? Talk to me about some of the merch ideas that you guys would like to see, both for the Patreon and for the general store. I'll throw you some suggestions that we've gotten, some things that I've wanted to do. Lapel pins. I've been dying to do some lapel pins, stickers, Halloween costumes. I'm going to lean heavy on this merch company to try to get Halloween costumes out this year. I think it'd be awesome, and I think a lot of people would be super into it. Guys, my mom is texting me again. So yeah, for a long time I've been saying I want to do dad hats. We're finally going to be able to do that. Yeah, pins, costumes, stickers. Would you guys be interested? I was just going to say, would you guys be interested in like notebooks and like school supplies and stuff like that? Oh, you just said you love me to manipulate me. That's fine, I guess. That's cool. You know, this is something that I respond to. I respond to positive affirmations and love. Sweatshirts, yeah, hoodies. So something like that would definitely be a good idea. I feel like in the next merch drop, the weather's going to start getting cold. Got to do some kind of warm weather type thing. Oh, the OP cheerleader outfits. Okay, that's a good question. All right, so Julie says she might be an elite group out there. Would anybody else be interested in 1/6 scale costumes? As in, like, would you like, like if you had the option of buying the actual clothes from Most Popular Girls, would there be interest in that? Oh, Garrett, if we had a Rachel Tice knife set, I know you'd buy it. That would be fucking awesome. Oh, what if like the Rachel Tice knife set, like every time you cut something, it like played a little Rachel quote, like, "Oh, good cut, good job, what a slice, hope it's cake." A cookbook would be awesome. That'd be really amazing. You know what we should do is we should partner with like a cooking channel, like. Yeah, we did that partnership with Hot for Food last year. How many of you saw that, by the way? How many of you saw that episode where Deandra makes a vegan pizza on Hot for Food's channel? Like my new obsession is Thug Kitchen because I've been vegetarian for about 2 months now, which is why my arms look so small. But doing something like that could be cool. The 6-layer bean dip Skittle cake brings me to a fun point. Actually, okay, some of you haven't seen the Deandra Hot for Food collaboration, so I'm just going to drop the link in here real quick. Give me 1 sec, and you guys can watch me type. And while I'm doing that, how about everybody say something nice to everybody else in the comments? By the way, I should mention, we bring up a lot when we're talking to like merch people or potential sponsors and stuff, just how incredible you all are. Like we talk about how we have overwhelmingly the most positive fan base on all of YouTube. Like there's like all of you support each other and you're just an incredible community. And we feel really proud that we've been able to be a part of that. And so I just want to take a moment to recognize how fucking special you guys are and that the way that you treat each other is exceedingly rare, and it's very much valued and seen by me and Mark and incredibly appreciated. So you all are amazing. I just want you to know that. So if you didn't see it in the chat, there is the link for the Hot for Food video that we did last year, with Hot for Food, where we made vegan pizza, which I now would be super into because I'm vegetarian now. Going through a lot of changes, guys. Vegetarian now. My girlfriend moved in with me. Life's pretty fucking great. It's pretty fucking great. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's really sweet. That means a lot. Let me get real for a second. I've been making an effort over the last 2 years to be a lot more open publicly, just about my view on the world, what my struggles are in life, what my joys are in life, and I appreciate you recognizing that, and that means a lot to me because I don't want to just be the person who makes dirty Barbie videos, and I feel like I've been able to connect a lot more with all of you over the last couple of years, talking about my struggles with anxiety and depression and panic attacks and things like that. So thank you all for being so welcoming and for being so accepting. Like I said, we tell everybody you're the most amazing fan base in the world. So we are very, very lucky. So it means a lot to me. That all being said, this is a focus group. We're here to talk about all the things that you liked and that you love. The last thing that I want to bring up, because we're going on an hour, we're on about an hour here, and we're going to start making these live streams a lot more regular. So the last thing that I want to bring up is, obviously we are very much aware that you all want to see animated content, and that's the bread and butter for the channel. You know, the episode 1 remastered video did over 200,000 views in like its first month. Way more popular than anything else that we put out, but it also costs a ton of money. Like I said, it's difficult to get animated content out there because it's never going to be able to pay for itself. And, you know, the episode 1 remastered video really, I mean, it cost more than a month of Patreon, basically. Right? So in the interim, we've been trying to figure out other ways that we can keep feeding you guys content where we're making things that are enjoyable, that don't feel like they're just there to be there. Of the videos that we've been putting out lately, what do you like the most? What do you like the least? Are there other things that you would like to see? You know, we talked a little bit about like making some more behind the dolls. But so in terms of podcasts, Behind the Dolls, voice actor karaoke, one-off videos like $57 lunch, and cast quizzes, what are your favorites? Are there any things where you go like, I don't want to see any more cast quizzes or anything like that? Oh, and also the extra credit videos where we're, like we did with the Trishas and we did with Belinda, where we are taking the old unused audio and reanimating it. What are your favorite videos among those? And is there anything that you'd like to see more of? Fuck, would you like to see me and Mark doing more eating challenges? Like, would you like to see me and Mark doing, trying to eat a 7-layer bean dip Skittle cake? Yeah, our Fan Friday videos, is that something that you guys like to see come back? You know, we try to, usually once a month, we'll take a Friday on Instagram stories and we'll turn that into a Fan Friday video, you know? Cool. All right, so people seem to like extra credits. It is really funny, like especially the season 5 extra credits. There's some amazing stuff, like all the stuff that the Trishas came up with. Like I really enjoyed that the last scene in the Trishas extra credit where we all ended up singing time after time. That's like the magic of improv. More content of just us. That's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, no matter what, we're not going to make very much money off of ads on YouTube. That's just like our channel just doesn't get shared enough. It gets so demonetized that nothing outside of like new animated content moves the needle at all. So that's not really a concern for us. What is more important to us is creating content that the patrons who are actually paying their hard-earned money want to see. And we're also going out and trying to find brand sponsors. Ideally, we'd like to find somebody who would sponsor an entire season of Keeping Up with the Van Buren's. Because the thing about our fan base, the thing about all of you, is you're so dedicated that, like, let's say a company like Poopery was to sponsor a season of Keeping Up with the Van Buren's. Because we're so transparent and you guys are so supportive, we could tell Poopery, if you sponsor a season of us, you're going to see your sales go directly up because our fan base is so dedicated. They'll go buy your product strictly because you're supporting Most Popular Girls. So that to us is the next avenue to profitability. That's really good to know, Donut. Collabs, we've been talking to some people. That's one of the benefits of working with Studio 71 is they can connect us to people. We've obviously collaborated a lot with a lot of big celebrities and personalities in the past. Michelle Visage, Grace Helbig, Hannah Hart, Tyler Oakley, all of them. We'd love to bring them. I was talking to Michelle a couple weeks ago to have her come back in and do some more stuff with us. She specifically reached out to me and was like, I want to come record more stuff. Let's do it. Because she's the fucking greatest. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that you saw my strategy. I was focused on eating. I was really, really focused on not fucking up and making sure that I beat the crap out of Mark. And Mark was a fucking baby. Mark was a fucking baby that whole time. Whined like a little kid. Glad that I destroyed him. But my stomach did not do well after that. It's fucking bullshit. So let's see. We're a little bit over an hour here, you guys. I feel like I've gotten a lot of really useful information from a creator perspective. I'm gonna say it's 5:03 right now. I'm gonna give this stream 5 more minutes for you guys to ask whatever questions you might have about anything. You can ask me about Most Popular Girls, about my life, about my girlfriend, about my mom, about vibes, which is very delicious, or anything. I'll leave the live stream open for 5 minutes. And and then I'll sign off. A video to a trip to the actual Overland Park. Julie, that's a great idea. It's something that I've actually been wanting to do for years. I'm trying to get a hold of people in Overland Park. I know they have a film commission. I'm going to try to connect with their Chamber of Commerce so that we can possibly put together some type of live event where Mark and I go out there, and maybe some of the cast members, we go out there and we take a tour of all of the places, and maybe we do like a big fan event like at Pizza Street or something, or like in the middle of the mall. I think that'd be really cool. Are me and Mark actual friends? We fake friends like the guys from Mythbusters. I know the guys from Mythbusters were like fake friends. I mean, Mark and I do hate each other. That is like, our animosity is not faked, but also I would consider, there's 12 of you in here right now. Don't you tell anybody. But I would definitely consider Mark one of my very good friends, and I have an incredible amount of respect for him. I've never met somebody who works as hard as him in any industry, and I think that he's immensely talented. If any of you tell him, swear to God, big fucking trouble. And I mean, I was in Mark's wedding, so I was one of his. I was one of Mark's groomsmen. So there's that, and that is actually where I met my girlfriend. Was at Mark's wedding last year. No, nobody tell him on Twitter. I told you not to. How dare you? Don't you dare. Don't you do it. I said nothing, Mark. I said nothing nice about Mark. I think he's trash. I think he's garbage. And I think that, God damn it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Laura, what's I'm not sure what question you're asking me. If we go where and ask that, could we get in trouble? You guys, don't fucking tell Mark. Don't tell Mark. Our Twitter feud. Mark was being a jerk. I just wanted to say something nice to the people and celebrate my beautiful girlfriend. Oh, to Overland Park? Oh, no, they already know about the show. They know all about that. And in Overland Park, it'd be a thing of like, hey, we'd like to we'd like to go to your pizza restaurant and eat at it and record it for our 900,000 subscribers. Does that sound like good publicity for you? Great, thanks. So there wouldn't be any issue, certainly not talking about it and bringing it up to the people like in the government in Overland Park. I'm sure that they would very much enjoy having like this big exposure to them. My Twitter feed with Mark the other day was fucking bullshit. Try to say something nice about my girlfriend, just encourage everybody who's out there looking for love that eventually it will find you, and that it will be in the last, that you won't get to pick where you find it or where it finds you, but that it will be incredible. And when you know, because very much head over heels in love, you guys. My girlfriend's been living with me for the last 2 months, and guess what? I'm going to spend the rest of my life with her, and she's the best, and I love her. And I also just feel like I can be an encouragement to other people who are looking for something like that, because I was somebody who was looking for something like that for a long time. Let me go through some of these. One of my eBay Barbies came from Overland Park, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing. That is awesome and hilarious. A recent college grad with a degree in media studies looking to work in entertainment digital. Any recommendations for job hunting in this industry? It's been a rough summer. Yeah, Donut, I would say in this industry, the best thing that you can do is work with a lot of people and make friends with a lot of people. So like most of my work and my jobs that I've gotten through this industry were from people that I did improv with. So like I would say like go and take a class at UCB or Second City or Groundlings or West Side Comedy. Like that's a great place to start building a network, because so much of this industry is built on the back of your network and the people that you know, and somebody being like, oh, I know that person, they're great for this, I should call them up and get them a gig doing this. So like that would be a big thing for me, is start building a network. And also don't feel bad or feel embarrassed about getting a job outside of your industry to pay the bills. You know, like I literally, before Most Popular Girls hit, I had a period where I worked 24 jobs in 24 months. I did fucking everything. And now it's like a fun story that I get to tell people. It also, like, I found a job working in advertising, and that ended up serving me very well. So, like, yeah, like in terms of like a lot of the reason why Most Popular Girls was successful, because I learned how to write copy, and I learned how to market on the internet, and I learned how SEO works through my advertising job. So my big recommendation would be, don't freak out that you can't find a job right away. It's really hard. Understand that it's going to take time to build a network, and it's going to take time to get to the point where you want to be, and enjoy that process. Don't focus so much on the destination. Just be there for the ride, and understand as long as something is serving your dream, then it's worthwhile. If it's waiting tables, and it's allowing you to go shoot stuff with your friends on the weekend, it's serving your dream. And so don't demean it in that way. And I think that would be useful for you. Why did I leave teaching? I left teaching just because I was working after school programs, teaching elementary schools, and I had to go to a different school every single day. And so it was a lot. And so I needed to find something a little bit steadier than that. But teaching was one of my 24 jobs in 24 months. I mean, I did that for a full year. And that was awesome, and I loved it. I got to teach after-school programs to little kids. I got to teach them about art, and that was awesome. It was one of my favorite jobs that I had. So with that being said, we're over an hour here. I want to thank you all for joining me on this focus group. It's been really eye-opening. It's been super helpful. I appreciate all of you who stayed and all of you who participated. It means the world to me. And I'm going to close up shop here for now. I'm going to take some of these suggestions, incorporate them in, and be on the lookout for that download pack of profile pictures coming to you next week. I am really going to try to get a whole bunch of live streams set up for the next month for you guys. So we'll be live streaming a whole bunch in September. Even if it's just like, hey, I'm going to hop on for 20 minutes and play some MPGIS trivia with y'all. I think another thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some public live streams where we'll have a private channel for all of you to ask priority questions. You'll be able to just like text us questions and be able to skip the big giant chat with like 900,000 people. You'll get to go to the front of the line because you're patrons. As always, thank you so much for contributing on Patreon. I think you all are amazing, and I'm incredibly appreciative for what you're doing and the way that you're contributing to us. It means the world to me. I'll say it time and again, you are the most amazing fan base in the world. I am so fucking lucky to be a part of it. I consider myself to just be a part of it, and lucky for that. I love you, and I will see you soon. And now it's going to come the awkward part where I try to figure out how to turn this thing off while you all still watch me.